There may soon be changes to how the island fights coastal erosion. Experts say they're moving away from the way land is shored up and moving to more natural methods. Tharsha Ravichakavarthi reports.
Rocks and concrete like this can be found all along the shores of PEI. They were put there to protect the coast from erosion, but they're actually making it worse for some parts of the shore. When the rocks deflect the waves, the water hits neighboring shores harder.
The purpose of my research is to try to have homeowners and property owners steer away from the hard armor and to really consider using natural methods for coastal protection to mitigate against the increased coastal erosion due to climate change and also coastal flooding.
The natural methods are called living shorelines. That means using natural plants instead of rocks and concrete. Planting trees and tall grasses can build back strength in the soil because of their deep roots.
The nature-based solutions are natural methods to protect against coastal erosion and coastal flooding. So up at the top here, we can see some overhanging vegetation. This occurs when water flows downhill, and it takes away the vegetation from the bank.
The shores near the Queen Elizabeth Hospital are an example of this. There was once a wall of rocks, and now there is a living shoreline. The goal is not only to preserve the shore, but also build it back.
I think we're beginning to see kind of a shift in thought when it comes to these kind of nature-based solutions. We're beginning to see a lot of some guidance from the province. These smaller scale pilot projects are beginning to show that these solutions can be viable for our shores here on PEI.
The town of Stratford is also moving towards this type of shoreline. It's dealing with deforestation in some areas.
Behind me, you'll see an area of concrete, and that is old hard armoring. But behind that, because the hard armoring is failing, there is natural materials, which are basically tree trunks and some straw, staked in place to help baffle that wave energy because it does breach the concrete hard armoring.
Busnick says removing things like rocks and concrete from the shores is very expensive and requires more funding. But the city of Charlottetown plans to include living shorelines in their new climate plan that's set to release next year. Tharsha Ravichakavarthi, CBC News, Charlottetown.